hopefully for them, everything is reset. No shocker that Faze were strong. But they still need to beat them now. We're into that decider. Headtrick will be the raid boss, P250 man. Rops has got some targets. Rops! Okay then. Maybe there's a chance for a pistol after all. 3 shots, 3 bodies on the floor. Patiently looking for a 4th one is Robs, but Hampus will try to regain that bomb. Pretty hard task though, separated from his teammate as Carrigan drops res by the ramp. A promising start indeed from Robs and FaZe Clan. Hampus has got 1 minute to try and isolate these fights. He sees Brokey's shoulder. And that's the pistol then taken. Great plays from Robs, focused and ready for Nuke.
All it took for FaZe to win their first pistol round of IEM Cologne was Robs.
Pop, sit down.
Pop off. The jumping shot's so nice. I mean, look, no one even turns. That's how quick he was. No one can even react. No one can even turn, and look at who has just slayed them. Oh, if we get Robs continuing at this level, I am a very excited man on this map. And his Glocks for NIP, so Rain will try and farm.
Satisfying one-taps from Robs.
Oh.
Full auto for his teammates though. Brokey stealing the kills. Fast eco round is a good eco round, and here's a prompt one for you. 2-0 FaZe.
Get that one out of that. Get into the real gun rounds. That's what NIP was saving for. They will have AKs. Just a little shy of being able to afford that all. Meanwhile, for FaZe, you can expect them to keep some of those weak weapons that they had in the previous round. Carrigan and Twist will hold on to the MP9s for this one. And we heard the desk point out that Hampus in the past has loved a lot of those fast A plays, trying to brawl on Nuke. Let's see what NIP go for initially in this one. It is Hampus going aggressive, but he's on yard, looking to follow up these smokes, and he should beat that molly down secret. That's good map control for NIP. You see Robs is just now arriving. Hampus's molly will keep him out though, so this is a good start for NIP here, and Robs took loads of damage there from the molly.
Yeah, that's made very expensive. Denied information as well. Wonder what the urgency is like for FaZe. Rain taking up the rear angle. Minute 10 on the clock. NIP threatening a B play. There are grenades lined up for the A bomb site, it looks like. Indeed, they will be looking to wrap from main as well. Carrigan holding his ground for the time being, though. Again, he'll be the nuisance, he'll be the distraction. Rain looking to clean up. There are flashbangs, though. Carrigan can't get it done this time. 3 on 4. Still advantages for FaZe. They've got Heaven. They've got the man advantage. Diffuse kit in the hands of Twist. That lurk smoke up top. Things slow down once again. Still players outside. Brokey spotting them though. Not overcommitted our FaZe. Great range. Great taps as well. Rain robs that one. Hetrick and Config. After all this map control they took, they don't have much to show for it. Bomb lost on the outside. Config waiting for teammates, that'll never come.
Oh, turns away. And Rain executes him in the back. Quad kill for Rain. Definitely exciting to see him show up as well. He can be a huge part of FaZe's defense, especially over towards Yard. Sometimes a bit of a specialist on this map is Rain. We'll remember the Major, where he was MVP and he was dominant on this CT side of Nuke. FaZe reigning IEM Cologne champions. 2022 was a great year for them. They want to prove they can still win trophies in 2023. They were able to win Pro League back in March, but they've not been as dominant of a team. They've always been there or thereabouts, but haven't won as many trophies as they would want this year. Maybe Cologne could be the turning point for them. Pistols out, Twist boosted. He has been cleared, and Brokey's not able to trade immediately. There could be some danger, but oh, the lineup from Brokey denies everything, and the P250 finishes the job.
These FaZe players are looking extremely sharp. They already were on the second map, but this is a dejecting way for NIP to start Those taps from Robs still in the back of my mind. You've got to wonder about NIP lining up perfectly for Brokey. Take a ticket, gents. He's got plenty to deliver. He's happy with that one. It's great encouragement, great confidence boost for the squad. Not that they needed it. They are Faze Clan after all. 4-0. Starting very well here on Nuke. Perfect start to a CT side, especially in a deciding map. No harm done. Somehow everybody's generally unscathed from that. Brokey's on 99. 500 HP NIP somehow. Scary stuff.
He'll still be a little disappointed. That's a shot he knows he should have hit. But as you said, no harm for a Faze.
Ouch.
Ooh, nice nade damage. NIP there. Couple of players chunked down just above half health. Meanwhile, Rop's getting active on ramp. There won't be anyone to meet him, but that will give them info that maybe this yard play is not a fake. Maybe this is a real play. So they try to spam. The timing isn't quite right, but that means Carrigan will rotate down to B. Brokey's already down there as well. They've got 2 CTs ready on that lower site.
What is the ultimate play, though, for NIP? Brolan bouncing off the ceiling to clear the angle. Carrigan will see 2 on the def cam. There are 3 in tow, though, and Rops is getting active. 3 on 3, 36 seconds left. Brokey trying to reset the situation. Orb downstairs.
Up the vents?
Seems like it will be. They kept the options open. But Twist is still lurking. Ever dangerous Twist. Everybody's ever dangerous on this Faze roster. 20 seconds. Just wrapping the site, spotting them, and Headtrick is in trouble. 20 HP, down he goes. 5-0 for Faze Clan.
Just perfect positioning from Twists. NIP thought there is no way he could have snuck around the silo. They started fumbling around. They thought they had a free bomb plant. They thought they had completely outmaneuvered Faze, but Twists is the man who had outmaneuvered them. Nice to see a few words from Neo, but honestly, I don't know if they're needed right now. Faze 5-0 up, looking so good.
Brokey's 9-0 up.
Yeah.
Having a great time on Nuke. What a fantastic start to a CT side of Nuke. Not brittle at all for Faze Clan. Ninjas in Pajamas will be on the pistols. 2 frags apiece, save for Headtrick, who's 0-0-5.
Got intense music, but not an intense game right now if Faze keep this up. Maybe pace is the answer for NIP. Earlier at ramp, they were able to get something done. They're running through the flames, and Rops might just execute them. Line up for 3. Brokey arrives, doesn't land a shot. So that could open the door to a rotate down lower. But there is already a CT down there.
Oh, he saw that coming.
Oh, yeah.
He saw that coming 4 days. 1v3 for Rezdo. This is winnable. This is doable. Twist denies. Quick crouch peek from Twist. Brokey's finally been fragged, though. 6-0 for Faze Clan. They are running away with this series the way this is going on. How do Ninjas in Pajamas turn things around? They've had map control, but still haven't been able to put Faze down. And again, many of these rounds, 4 players surviving, 3 in the last one. Faze Clan's money's not terrible. And you can often be that. We're just trying to chip away that CT economy until you break it, but NIP have got to do more in that regard.
Ooh, one of those smokes has been denied, so NIP have to use a 4th smoke just to connect the wall. And Faze might have realized there wasn't really much of a quick response from NIP there. And they also have Rops on a secondary sniper down secret. So I don't think those early smokes from NIP are really going to cause any response here from Faze. 3 CTs on A, including that AWP of Brokey.
3 scopes as well with the AUG on Carrigan. Raised armor penetration. 2 mollies for NIP. They'll be hoping this execute is what they're looking for. But look at the defense that Faze are posting up. The flashbangs will need to be perfect from NIP. They have a lot of them. How many will be going into the A bomb site? Brokey is waiting. It's a standoff. Carrigan's got some info then. Brokey with a great flick. Stays alive for now. Goes back for config, but denied. Bombs on the floor. 20 seconds. Rops 1v3. Where is he? Coming in from the vent with an AWP. Hello. Down to the 1v2 then. Oh, where's the trade tracker? Hasn't seen it. And Rez will get a free one. NIP are on the scoreboards. This is so nervous for them, though. It's definitely tense for NIP. My word. And there's more work for them to do because Faze have the money to buy.
Yeah, pretty impressive round win for NIP, considering Faze had all the info. Carrigan going down early definitely contributed to that. But then also, I think just Brokey not having the assistance from Twist on the site. He was hoping Twist would take a slightly more aggressive angle to keep him safe in hut. That was not the case. And Carrigan a little frustrated. The aggression didn't work out for him. So can NIP keep it up? That's the real question. Well, that's not the start they were looking for. And Ray just drops off in time to survive.
So key, staying alive, holding position. Fair amount of info as well. Does that compel NIP to show more presence outside? Can they with one smoke?
Do you really want to test Rops?
I mean, there's no good option.
True.
With Faze on the CT side,
Very
to be
true.
honest. Oh, he spotted the barrel of the gun, but
Ooh.
Rez comes in from his left-hand side, Rops. Quite the big headshot, wondering where the CT was, had to be somewhere. Great awareness from Rez. So they've got control of ramp. There's a minute on the clock. NIP aren't pressed for a fast round, but what is the play here? Again, despite that lack of util, config will roam outside anyway. Carrigan holding down 2 jobs. Looking for info, no one fires. Glass isn't broken. But now NIP know where one of these players is. Carrigan wins the first duel. There's many more where that came from, but Rez has only got 13 HP. This could prove awkward for NIP. Oh, another bell ring through the corner of the wall on the reload.
What?
He just sees config as well as he looks the other way. This is crazy. It's turning in Faze's favor again. 4 on 2. Rez with the AWP, 13 HP, but that clock is ticking so far down. 10 seconds. Is there any way to get a bomb plant here? Rez looking towards the ramp. There are too many CTs alive, and they're all waiting for NIP.
Rez just put out with his misery. Dies before time. But man, Faze 7-1 up. I love that awkward moment from Carrigan. He turns around, he sees that config's there. It's almost like when you accidentally walk into the wrong room and you're like, oh, sorry. Quickly turn around, quickly get out of there. And then decides, you know what, actually I will go back for that kill now that I've reloaded. And Brokey's AWPing, man. That battle AWPing style he's so good at. Medium to close range. Fast on the flicks. Sure, those NIP players weren't going anywhere, but still some lovely shots. And if NIP aren't careful, this could end up being a non-starter for them.
Not a single flash for NIP. 3 smokes. They will be completely reliant on these. Don't want to be playing Connect 4 with them this time. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
They don't connect. And it might be more than 4 for Rain. So far, so good. Really hampered the push of NIP. Thwarted immediately on the outside. That's their util used. Now it's going to have to be dry peeks, fast shots. Carrigan stuck by CT vents now, showing the barrel of the gun. Quick peek from him. Not much to be done. Config, the can opener for the A bomb site. This could break Faze. They don't have the money. They can't afford to lose this round.
Ooh, Rop's making noise. They should have heard this. He runs into the site, but head trick doesn't turn in time. And now this post plant could be awkward for NIP. If someone taps that bomb, they've got to move in. That's a fantastic shot from Config, though. And what can Brokey do? He needs fights to come to him with the AWP. But there's no need for NIP to swing. He'll swing into Hampus. Clears the corner! It's almost 2 for 1! But Config has to come back, and Brokey misses the second opportunity. That lineup was so close to getting both kills. Config must have absolutely been terrified for a second. They hold on.
Just imagine if he gets both of those. Wow. Config, the can opener NIP needed, barely surviving that round. Through the wall, he has no idea. Config's like, what is happening? Terrifying situation for NIP, but they've finally broken Faze. And now they have a chance to build. They have to deliver now.
Can't lose these. You cannot lose these against Faze. You're not going to get many rounds like this. Hampus, very often the solo man on yard. But it means you don't know if he's got backup or if it's just him taking map control. We've been talking about how good the Faze players have looked. For NIP, Config's still showing up, but you want to see a little more from Headtrick, who's normally been consistent. How has Rain got away with that? A double dink on the USP.
Twist has got a CZ. He said it's not like it used to be, but in his hands, it could still be very powerful indeed. Moving into the hut. Headtrick's there, and down he goes. AWP collected. Which weapon does he opt for, though? He's scoped up Twist, and he will deliver. He's got such a good angle now. Down goes Config. NIP, their whole ship might sink mentally if they don't win this round. He's still trolling them with that CZ now. 1v3 for Brolan. He's got the bomb. 30 seconds. He is utterly surrounded. It's so awkward, though. None of them have Kevlar, but they've got great weapons. Twisted and CZ can never be counted out.
Woo! Yeah, 2 timeouts. Yeah, that's good idea, bro.
Yeah, that'll help, says Carrigan. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's so funny because we heard Twist also say in that pre-game segment, he also thinks he could be a decent AWPer if given the chance. And there's a glimpse of what he's capable of.
What did they start that round with?
Not much. Couple of pistols.
Faze might just be way too strong, honestly. It's like final boss territory for NIP at Cologne. You can't lose a round like that. How do you stay focused on the task ahead? They worked so hard to get to that point, only to be just put back into the bin immediately.
That buy even has limitations because of it. 2 AKs. Is it a pacey round for NIP? That is the answer they want. Rez runs out early. Flashes look good. Rez has spotted a couple of players, but he hasn't killed any of them. Carrigan's still up above. How have they not dealt with that man? They haven't got a single kill out onto A, and it's all gone wrong. Rain's even getting kills through the smoke. Carrigan arrives from above. It is a brutal denial of everything that NIP wanted in that round.
Wow. Panic stations for NIP. They are denied with force by FaZe Clan.
I mean, to be fair to Carrigan, the timeout didn't help them. He wasn't wrong.
Wow. That was a strong defense. A very strong defense of the A-bomb site. Twist just saw enough to raise the alarm while eating the flashbangs, delivering the multi-frags. The perfectly placed grenade followed up by Carrigan on the hut roof. Relentless, merciless FaZe Clan in the group stage. This is a warning for everybody bearing witness to this slaughter.
Okay.
It's a nice shot from Config, but a very small highlight in a half dominated by FaZe so far.
Config's shown us glimpses, but here comes Brokey, plucking the second man out of the air.
That's sublime right there.
Oh, does he get this one on the right? Oh, of course he does. Why do I even question it? 17 kills for Brokey. This is only the 12th round. Don't do it, Brokey. Come on now. Come on now. I mean, this is what we want to see from Faze, though. We want to see Faze in championship form. We want to see their players on point.
Oh, man.
That's so annoying.
This is just griefing. This is griefing.
Rops actually took full damage. Oh, he actually checks his back. Rez is sitting there like, are you kidding me, Rops? Somehow always aware. Not quite the ace for Brokey. Rops steals the last, but I don't think Faze care at this point. I think they want this over and done with as soon as possible.
Round 12, and it feels like a defeat already. Brokey having a great time outside. Headsets are off, so we'll be careful, but man, firing on all cylinders are Faze Clan. Not too shabby an opening for Config, but have a look at these kills from Brokey. Oh, it's clean as a brand new bar of soap.
I would not have flicked up to get that kill. I'd have waited for Config to drop further, but I guess I'm not Brokey.
He is clean, he is perfect. 18-4-3 is Brokey. He is smurfing at the biggest stage on the calendar. 10-2 for Faze Clan. I don't know how you mentally break through a barrier with the roster of Faze Clan against you. It's a very tall order, seemingly insurmountable in this half.
This feels like when the TV license people show up to your door. You got a license for that TV? No. Slam the door in their face. NIP have had no chance here. By the way, for people confused, that is genuinely a thing in the UK. Hence the license memes. I mean, that's not what you want to see.
Yeah, I mean, how could you not feel like this? How could your body language not be like this? This is one of the most oppressive halves I have seen in a while. Faze Clan just shutting everything down. Brutality on the server. I honestly think that's a great way to describe what we're witnessing. Style points for Brokey, though. Give that man a start. Glittery one. Not done yet, though. It's been a horrible half so far, and it might just end horribly. There might be no more rounds in this half for NIP, but even so, there's always a fighting chance. Let's see if they can get to 5. Broke the economy and then got deleted by Twist on the A-bomb site earlier on. 5 AKs are out, the utility is here as well. Can it be different this time?
Utility exchange, Twist steps into the fray, Brokey backing him up. 2 kills and we're barely 15 seconds into the round.
All right then, Rez is still here. There's still a chance. That's psychological warfare. For Twist to peek Squeaky like that, that's an outrageous play, an outrageous risk. But Faze simply have the talent. No quarter given.
Decent map control for NIP. They have ramp, but what do they want to do with it? Faze currently with only 1 player down on B. And Robs isn't looking towards the site itself, so this is maybe the one weak spot in Faze's setup right now. That smoke will start to give the game away, but NIP have got a reasonably good chance at getting this bomb down. Problem is, Faze will now start to close in on them. They've got to get a move on.
T's have control of control. It's a very strong angle for Rez, but Robs will try to find a way. Carrigan playing off of the distraction, and the oppression continues. Rez in a 1 versus 3. Oh, now down to the 1v1. Rain forcing him away. He's got a kit, Rain. Not sticking it, though. Rez could come from the window, could come from the doors. Rain needs to touch the bomb again, still refusing. Going wide, great tap from Rez though. A 4K in a round, and surely that will encourage the team.
Yeah, that's what they needed. Something to get excited about. Something to make them believe. And we know Rez is capable of flashy plays like that. That'll help them try and get back into the game mentally, because those were some brilliant shots. And that's especially after the round started so badly. You lose 2 players, you think you're done for. But Rez, with a bit of style at the end, takes balls to go for the one tap.
Two more rounds to claim in this half. No one gone early. Util is here. Where are NIP headed? Soon be gone though. No eyes in their direction. There's a traffic jam in secret. Sound cues to be heard then by Rain. What of the rotation though?
I think Rops will finally go down to B. The lobby aggression could work for Faze though. You lose one area of the map, you take somewhere else back.
So silent, RNIP. Faze continues to prod that hut position. Rez is lurking in a common spot. Rops on the bomb site, support on the way now with that AWP. Oh, that's a rare miss from him. Twist lost in the meantime. Rez's lurks working out on head trick. Growing with power eye, NIP. 5-on-3. What did FaZe Clan do here? Money won't be ideal for the last round. Seems they'll be falling back, so NIP giving themselves a fighting chance. It's been such a rough half for them. But the job's not done yet for FaZe Clan.
Yeah, it was interesting for Faze there, because yes, you hear those steps down at Secret, you hear those steps through Yard down lower, but it's only really one player making any noise. And we know that Hampus has been going down there in a lot of the rounds after the smokes are thrown. I was thinking maybe once Hampus started to like run around the corner, for example, maybe you could figure out that step is him trying to bait for a trade frag, but it's still hard to know exactly whether it's that B-sided play. And they would have hoped that the AWP on the rotate could have just landed that first shot. Also, credit to Head Trick, because he was so ready for Rops' angle. It is a fairly common position on top silo, but the way that door went open and he instantly had his crosshair in the right place for the headshot was brilliant. Clearly wise to Rops' tricks. And so a 4th round for NIP. They'd love a 5th to close the half. Can they find it? Yard play looking likely again. Rain getting a little more active this time. Oh, and that's the kill on the cross.
Ever a nuisance outside. Rain has come to talk to you about your car insurance.
Oh, it's going to fade.
Oh! Hey, go back, they're lining up for him as well. 3 remain for NIP. How many were spotted outside? Oh, Rops' angle is going to be completely devastating for Ninjas. 4 rounds of 14. Could have been much worse for them. I don't think it gets much better though, unless Rez has a miracle round. 1 versus 4. Deciding map of this series. It's going to be a long road to recovery once we get to that second half. 11 rounds that they have a chance. A Smither, a Cinder maybe, to make a fire with. They've been good on the pistol rounds for this series. This one is the most urgent of them all.
P250 in the hands of Twists. Know how good he can be in pistol rounds. Molly has tickled Rez, who was on top hut. He's had to concede position. Okay then, Twists robotic on that flick up to heaven. They'll cross down to lower. Config's here to meet them. Meanwhile, Rob's still lurking up top. He's going to deny the aggression.
Rops is just here to punish people. Hampus has the bomb for now, but can he hold it for long? Not really. The T's will swarm. Remaining CTs are here as well. Config doing what he can, but he's lost position now because up the stairs, there you go. Well, the ladder. 3v2. Config making his way up to get slapped down by Rain. Brolan with 2 pistols, 3 people to shoot. Not going to be an easy one. Where is everyone? He wonders. Doesn't matter now. Faze take the pistols when they really need them. Keep NIP's heads below water. Now the struggle is oh so more urgent. 4 to 12 for NIP. Choices being taken away. They've got to go for a force pipe.
See, Twist was already making sure he pre-aimed Heaven. Figured that if there was a player watching the cross, he'd probably be watching that close angle towards Secret. And now that FaZe have won both pistols, they've put some real daylight between them and NIP. CT still decide to force. Head trick with that scout. Can't really do a great deal to deny this cross. Maybe a pot shot could have been attempted, but decides to let them go. So Hampus is called to battle. Oh, look at Carrigan jumping around the corner, making sure that D can't land the immediate headshot. And FaZe look pretty all in on this B-bomb site right now.
Hampus doing what he can. Brolan trying to follow up, but look at all the T's coming to peek him together. Brokey's like, nope. I think I'll keep this Galil. What do NIP do with what they have left? Loser of this series will be playing Astralis in the lower bracket. Winner of this series will go on to play G2. FaZe moving to 13 very shortly then. Is there any stopping this train?
Doesn't look likely right now. Would love to get that FaZe G2 matchup. Have seen that be a great game in the past. Back at Katowice, those guys played in the groups. But I think this time FaZe would be favorites if they make it to that winners matchup, which is looking more and more likely with each round played. Nice work from Carrigan. Plop that smoke down. Mac 10 cleans up a couple of kills. And Rop's always where you least expect him. Always going to be away from the rest of the team. Remember, the previous round was a force from NIP, so this one has to be minimal investment.
The CT side will need to be goated for NIP. Feels like such a low percentage now. Brokey gets his bell rung as well. You can spray through the corner of that box. It's very common spray in early iterations of Counter-Strike. Don't see it too often these days. Into the bomb site they go. Not a whole lot NIP can do about this, really.
Bomb has been planted.
4 to 14, most likely. It's not 14 rounds, but 1 round 14 times. Bite size. You've got to focus on the round in front of you and ignore the overall deficit. Time to save the Kevlar and the AK. NIP will need every tool afforded to them for the rounds to come. Because FaZe only need 2. NIP need 12.
That's Twist up too. Block it right in. I mean, this is the sort of form you want to see from FaZe. You want to see them at an individual level where you feel as though they could be making it deep in this event. Rob's having a giggle. Here is the buy from NIP. Headtrick has got the AWP out. Only 6 kills for him. We were praising his consistency earlier. Maybe didn't get too many chances with the AWP on that T side, but now on CT, much room for error. Speaking of error, twists, a little movement fail, but it's all good. He's up there now. He's just proven he can do it, you know?
NIP must deliver.
Okay. Config heard you.
More work to be done, though. The remainder Faze clan will still be scary. 2 Galils on the 4 players. A silent game on Nuke. Noise cut early by Faze. There's a lot of util in the hands of these T players. Karrigan will be offering them something soon, it seems. Molly goes in. Brolano thinks twice about the counter utility. Non-believers, perhaps. What do NIP understand Faze to be doing, though? Into the A-bomb site, there you go. Main is wide open. Config is delivering almost all of the frags. What an overperformance from him. Exactly what NIP needed. 4K in a round. 5 for NIP.
Config's one of the few players who has looked alive on this map for NIP. Has had a couple of impressive moments. That spray down was ridiculous, though.
He's working hard.
Ooh. Was in the Matrix for a second there. Oh, look at that transfer. Fantastic work from Config. I think I could read his lips there.
Yep.
Just about. Wow, Headtrick now taking initiative. Maybe that's boosted some of the mood of the other NIP players. Yard smokes are down. Hamper's trying to deny, but Rain will get across safely. Headtrick has already rotated down to B, so he's ahead of the game if the drop were to come through.
Fighting tooth and nail, RNIP. Oh, that's a big frag based on what we saw last round. Config the first one to drop. Karrigan spots Hampus in CT. He'll be isolated for a while. How much will they pursue him, though? One minute on the clock for Faze clan. Karrigan and Rops both taking damage. Rain with... Oh, that's a brutal timing. He had an off angle for a moment. But Headtrick has announced his position. Heading towards that 40-second mark. Urgency starts to rise. What is the play now? Hampus is or was stuck in CT as far as Faze clan are concerned. Headtrick's lurking downstairs. How do you solve this puzzle? Hampus has managed to make it back as well. He's back in the mix, back in the game. Oh, Rares, he had to deliver on that one. Karrigan was low. Doesn't hit the head though. 20 seconds remain. Hampus on the A-bomb site, doing what he can. Bomb's been dropped. Rops is on a 1v1 now.
Took the AWP.
10 seconds to plant this bomb. 12 HP and an AWP. Oh, going for the flick, but Headtrick delivers. NIP are still in the fight. They keep Faze clan off of that match point.
Yeah, you can see Rops trying to take the AWP there. You can understand he's low on health, so he thinks he needs a quick AWP shot to have a chance in the one-on-one. That kill from Headtrick, very important. And comes in with the clutch as well. Nice to see a bit of impact from Headtrick. See if he can now grow into this CT side. I was a little worried for NIP there. Once they lost Rez, I thought that A site was too brittle because NIP had players focused towards Yard. They just about got enough of a rotate to get some good trades. And now Faze are on pistols in this one. Have still invested into utility, so they can still pose a threat on this burst towards the A-bomb site.
Seen plenty of these rounds won. One Tech 9 could be enough. Rops makes the entry. Config's running low on bullets, getting blocked as well, but Headtrick is here to start the cleanup. Karrigan down to 1 HP. Carrigan and Brokey make it just Brokey now. Perhaps a question of damage. Bronan looking around the back. Just the one loss for NIP. Starting to build something, but as they defuse this bomb, they only reach half the score of FaZe Clan.
Yeah, not bad for NIP. Not many casualties, but at the same time, FaZe won't mind getting the bomb plant. This was incredible from Hedrick. First shot flying up the vent. Not easy to do with a P250. But that made the rest of the round so much easier. The fact that he was able to fly up like that. But the extra $800 across the board means FaZe have a perfect buy, at least in terms of AKs and utility. Ooh, Hedrick not ready for Ops to be there so soon.
That could be fatal timing for NIP. Very strong start for FaZe. Very strong. Rops is never standing still. Always a little jiggle. Someone's advancing on his position. Wants to give them a chance to reveal based on the elbow. But look how he's just gone into the A bomb site. Silently emerging. NIP are suddenly in a world of trouble on Nuke. Even more so than before. They have no idea how compromised they are. Maybe they're starting to learn. What do they do now? What are their choices? Gonna force their way back into the A bomb site, it looks like. But Rain's coming in round the back. And these players need to run distraction in the meantime. They are lining up for Rain! Great transfer! Absolutely dismantling in NIP. Hampus is left with no choice to make.
No way in.
They just walked in. They had the keys.
So good from Rain. Not easy to get all those kills, even if they're not looking at you. You've got to be quick to adjust. Set up for success, and Rain delivers. 15 for FaZe. One away from winning their opening match of the group stages here at IEM Cologne 2023. That was a shame for Hedrick. Molly out the wrong time, and then Rain set up beautifully.
Transfer was fast. NIP will have a buy, but the margin for error has completely disappeared. Unfortunate timing in that last round. And this could now be the last round. Config trying to do what he can, looking for that transfer, but Twist will just about best him. 4-on-4. And again, FaZe Clan will get that early frag, but not feel the urgency to rush anything.
Yeah, 1-for-1 trade is something FaZe will be happy with. Hampus spammed through, back to a 3-on-3 because Brolan has got a kill elsewhere, but look at Brokey's position, sneaking forward. Brolan wasn't ready for it. And now FaZe have the man advantage. Hedrick searching for some way back. Rain was spotted on yard previously. Hedrick looking for the angle. That's a quick adjustment to bring it back to even numbers. But now FaZe will look to capitalize. They'll look to come down to B instead. They know there can only be one CT here. It's Rez in a sneaky position. The molly forces him up, but they may overlook this angle now. Smoke down to try and get the bomb planted. Rez tries to find the freebie, but can't hit the shot on Brokey. And Twist hits the headshot back. Hedrick has it all to do.
They are super squishy, but he's got to be fast. They're so low, but Twist has all the angles. A masterclass from FaZe, showing how strong they can be. They've come into this one hot. They've got eyes on defending their title.
First game down, and FaZe looking good here to start IEM Cologne.